If you ever see a child standing alone in a park after midnight, don't call out to them, because sometimes what turns around isn't a child at all. Before phones and social media swallowed our lives, the park at the end of my street used to be the place where every kid hung out. Back then, the nights felt alive, buzzing with energy, mischief, and the occasional stupid dare. But there was one night. A night I still wish I had stayed home, because what I saw in that park didn't just haunt my dreams, it followed me. By the way, if you're enjoying this story so far, drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. I was 16. It was early fall, the kind where the wind feels sharp and the leaves sound like dry bones being crushed under your shoes. My friends Ethan and Maya wanted to meet at the park after dark. They said someone reported seeing a weird kid wandering around the swings at night. We thought it was a runaway, or maybe just some bored middle schooler messing around. We were wrong. When we arrived at the park, the streetlights were flickering like they were struggling to stay alive. Everything was quiet, too quiet for a Friday night. No cars, no people, not even the usual hum of the nearby highway. Maybe the kid left, Maya said, but Ethan pointed toward the swings. Someone was sitting there, a small figure, back turned to us, slowly rocking back and forth, like they were barely pushing off the sand. Something felt wrong immediately. The temperature around us dipped. The air felt heavy. "Hey," Ethan called out. No response. We stepped closer. The swing chains creaked, even though the wind had completely died. I don't know how to describe it, but the sound, it didn't echo right, like it was being swallowed by the darkness around us. When we were just a few feet away, the child stopped swinging, and then, very slowly, they turned their head, not their body. Hoosty head, all the way around. The face was pale, stretched too long. The eyes completely black-like, 2 holes punched through a sheet. Maya choked back a scream. Ethan stepped back so fast he tripped over his own feet. I couldn't move. The thing stood up. It was small, but its movements were sharp and unnatural, like a broken puppet trying to learn how to walk. It tilted its head at us. Eat spoke, but the voice didn't match the body. It sounded like an adult, maybe in their 40s, speaking through cracked wood. "Do you want to play?" My stomach dropped. Every instinct in me screamed to run, but my feet still wouldn't move. The thing took a step, then another. Its body twitched, bending wrong at the joints. Ethan finally grabbed my arm. "Dude, run." We sprinted back toward my house, hearts pounding, breath burning in our lungs. I could hear something behind us, not footsteps, but the sound of metal scraping against pavement, like the swing chains were being dragged behind it. When we reached my driveway, we didn't stop. We burst into my house, slammed the door, and locked every deadbolt. For a few minutes, none of us spoke. Then the scraping sound started. Outside, right on my porch, slow metal dragging across wood. We backed away from the door. Something tapped on it. Once, twice, 3 times. Then a voice, deep, echoing, wrong, whispered from the other side. "Let me in." We didn't finish playing. Maya started crying silently. Ethan covered her mouth, terrified the thing would hear. I grabbed my dad's flashlight from the counter. It felt stupid, but it was the only thing that made me feel like I had any control. The tapping grew louder. Then it stopped. Silence. I waited. 5 seconds. 10. 15. I peered through the peephole. Nothing. The porch was empty. But the swing was still moving. Fast. We stayed up until sunrise, too scared to sleep. When the morning finally came, everything looked normal again. No marks on the porch. No signs anything had been there. We swore to never talk about it again. And for years, we didn't. Last week, I moved out of that neighborhood. My parents sold the house, and I packed my things. On my last night there, I walked by the window one more time to see the park in the distance. That's when I saw it. A small figure on the swing, rocking back and forth. This time, It wasn't facing away. It was staring directly at my window. The swing chains were dragging on the ground again. Scraping, scraping, scraping. I shut the curtains, heart pounding, trying to convince myself I imagined it. After all, it had been years. Maybe trauma just sticks with you. But around 2 a.m., there was a knock on my bedroom door. Slow, rhythmic, like it knew I was awake. Then that same voice, the one I thought I'd never hear again, whispered from the hallway. "Didn't he leave? We still haven't finished playing." I didn't sleep the rest of the night, and I haven't slept much since. Because things like that, they don't belong to parks. They don't belong to houses. They don't belong anywhere near people. But once they find you, they don't let go. And now, I think it followed me here. If you want more terrifying stories like this, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Stay close, because the next story might be even darker.